Morning all, Coach Russ here from The Right Coach, and I'm doing an unusual thing now. I'm going live before midday, so I wanted to reach out to you guys because this is quite relevant for the weekend. And seeing as we are at the weekend, I wanted to get this content out to you as soon as possible, just so it may help you through your day, through your Saturday and Sunday, and allow you to, as the title says, have your cake and eat it. So what do I mean by that? So usually come the weekend, we sort of relax things. Our working week has been tough, but we've been good with our food, we are on point, we exercise the right amount, and we're controlled when it comes to the food we eat because we know we have a purpose, we have a goal, and we're trying to reach that goal. However, the weekend pops along and sometimes we're a little bit more relaxed, not so much work to do, families around, friends are around potentially, perhaps not at the moment, but generally weekends are more laid back, put your feet up. And you get thoughts start creeping in of, oh, you know what, it's Saturday, why not? Why don't I have that pint? Why don't I have that takeaway? Why don't I just kick off and relax, put my feet up, and I'll worry about it again on Monday. But there's a problem in that. And it's an obvious problem, but I want to talk you through it quite clearly. That you can undo all the hard work of the week in one quick day. Not even 2 days. You could just take your foot off the gas on Saturday, all of a sudden, all the progress you made through the week, all that food you ate which you weren't crazy about, but you know it's doing you good, all that exercise you did, but it was hard work, but you did it. Come Saturday, you can just ruin it. All that hard work's gone to waste. Or you can manage what you do on Saturday and Sunday if you have to take your foot off the gas. So how do we manage it? So it really comes down to food, because it's quite easy still to move at the weekends. In fact, sometimes it's easier. You can get more steps in, you can do more exercise, you've got a bit more time on your hands. However, food can be the problem. So how do we manage taking different foods that may not be on our radar at the moment, that shouldn't be eating because we're working towards a goal, because we're trying to look good in 6 months' time, better squeeze into those swimming trunks and bikini, trying to look good in the mirror, trying to feel good. How do we not undo all the damage? Well, it's quite simple, because everything's based on calories. I had a conversation this morning with some clients on a coaching call, remind them that this is all calorie driven. The more calories you eat over and above your requirements, the more weight you'll put on. The less calories you eat under your requirements, the more weight you'll lose. It's very simplistic, but that's how it works. So knowing that, tonight you're going to have a big fat barbecue, and not just have burgers, but you have some burger buns. You may indulge in some chips. You may have some dessert. You may have all those things you really fancy having. Well, you know what? You can have them. You can have your cake and eat it. But there has to be a sacrifice. There has to be a playoff. You can't add without taking away somewhere else. So it's a fine balance. I can't believe I just did that. That's very Ricky Gervais. It's a fine balance. So if you know you're going to have an overindulgent in the evening or tomorrow lunchtime, or this could be in the week as well, you have to lose food elsewhere. So if your extra food tonight equals an extra 1,000 calories over and above what you would normally have, you have to have 1,000 less calories during the day. Now look, we don't want to start counting calories potentially, but you need to start thinking about it. So why not just drop breakfast? Why not have a really light lunch? Just a light salad with a little bit of protein in it if you want, but make it mainly lettucey and tomatoey and cucumber, all those watery products that don't carry a lot of calories. And therefore, by the end of the day, when you come to have that barbecue, you come to have that special dessert that you've missed and really fancy, a bit of tiramisu or something really tasty, you can have it knowing that you've allowed for it throughout the day. It's not hard to skip a meal. You can skip a meal during the week when you're working because you're just too busy. So why not just skip a meal on the weekend as well? Perhaps go out for a longer walk, burn some extra calories, perhaps do an extra workout. You see, there's lots of options for giving yourself a bigger buffer, but you've got to take those options. What you can't do is have your normal meal as breakfast and lunch, and then ruin it in the evening meal. Because guaranteed, the more you eat in the evening and you haven't allowed for, it will equate to extra fat on your body. And that's not the goal. The goal is to go the opposite. The goal is to go the other way. So why would you eat incorrectly at the weekend because it's the weekend? Well, you can. You can, but you've got to allow for it. You can't eat your cake and eat your cake and eat your cake without there being consequences. And the consequences are you have to drop food elsewhere. So if we look, there's 21 meals in the week. If you want to make one of those meals or two of those meals extra, I would say for every one meal, you have to drop two. And that could be a challenge, but actually it will allow you to have that freedom. And that freedom will then set your mind at rest from, oh, this is such a chore. It's not a chore if you have freedom. And that's what you need to build in. So long term, when it works with the right coach, we teach you little tricks like this, how to build in freedom for the future, how to build in the ability to eat what you want and not put on weight. Because that's what it's all about. So I hope that helps. I hope on the back of that you have an amazing weekend and you eat what you want, but please make allowances for it so it doesn't affect your long-term goals. Enjoy the sun, and I'll speak to you all soon. Coach Russ, out.